Tonight on Newswatch, hear the latest on Iowa State men's basketball coach Fred Hoiberg's open heart surgery.
And today is Earth Day. See how Iowa State celebrated the environmentally conscious holiday with Live Green.
And today in sports, hear about the latest record-breaking performances, one by an ISU softball star and one by the school as a whole.
Most of the state is under a freeze warning right now. Just how low will those temperatures fall? We'll have all the details coming up.
And hear about one of the most critically acclaimed films of 2014, A Most Violent Year, starring Jessica Chastain. I'll have more during Real Talk.
This is Newswatch 18. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Welcome to the April 22nd edition of Newswatch. I'm Danielle Carpenter.
And I'm Brittany Gamble. Thanks for joining us. Fan Cred, a new fan experience for Iowa State athletics, has enhanced game day for spectators. Annie Harmon and Jenna Urich has the story.
On Saturday, April 11th, the Cyclone Gridiron Club held its annual spring scrimmage game, and here to cover it was ISU community leaders Annie Harmon and Jenna Urich. Fan Cred is a personal profile for sports fans. It's a collection of the teams you support, the games you watch, the people you're with, and the opinions you have.
When choosing a community leader, we look for students who love sports and have an active sports life. Those community leaders have a lot of content to add to their profiles. Games they attend, the people they watch games with, the articles they read.
Cred is your sports identity. It's a place to show off the teams you love, the games you watch, and anything else you do to support your team.
For major events, it becomes a virtual stadium, connecting fans around the world. As fans post, engage, and build their profile, they earn a Fan Cred score that measures their influence and activity as sports fans. The Gridiron Club offers many fantastic and exciting events throughout the year to support the Iowa State football program. Funding from the Gridiron Club is used by the Iowa State football program to purchase unbudgeted items.
Reporting from the Cyclone Spring Football Game, I'm Annie Harmon.
And I'm Jenna Urich.
Head coach of the basketball team, Fred Hoiberg, underwent his second successful open heart surgery this past Friday in Minnesota. Hoiberg's surgery was set to take place once the basketball season came to an end. Hoiberg said, "If they would have said it's time, it's life-threatening, you've got to do it right now, I would have done it." The recovery will take a full 4 to 6 weeks since the procedure required a replacement of his valve with a mechanical one.
Live Green was hosted today in honor of Earth Day by several student organizations and Director of Sustainability Mary Rankin on the Parks Library lawn. The event featured free bike tune-ups, a prototype bicycle for SciBike, and interactive exhibits. Live Green isn't the only activity Iowa State does to make campus more green. Iowa State has also reduced their total energy by 8% since 2008. Rankin has also helped jumpstart green projects around campus, such as Farm to ISU, reusable cup discount, and paying it forward. Earth Week will continue with related exhibits from Iowa State University museums and lecture programs.
A ribbon-cutting ceremony will be taking place in the Lago Marcino courtyard to honor the new addition of the laminated glass pieces within the building this Friday, April 24th at 3 p.m. It got cut off. These colorful pieces were installed in March to represent the elements of erudition. This is something that the committee has been working on for a long time, and we're able to find a way to incorporate the principles of the School of Education.
It's that time of the year again to renew your Student Alumni Association membership. Being a member includes unlimited access to 90-plus discounts, including an ISU t-shirt, networking events, free food on campus, and an ISU calendar. The cost of the membership is $20 and can be charged to your university bill. If you have purchased an all-sports pass for 2015-2016, an SAA membership is already included. If not, you can go to the Alumni Center to sign up with an SAA member or join online at www.isusaa.org.
Who doesn't love bacon? Well, once school is back in session in the fall, the annual Bacon Expo at ISU will be making its return on Saturday, October 10th and Sunday, October 11th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Hanson Agricultural Student Learning Center. To name just a few of the activities, attendants can expect thousands of pounds of bacon, participate in a t-shirt design contest, join the annual bacon eating contest, and can learn about the pork production cycle with a live pig display. These tickets will go on sale Friday, September 4th.
Looking to get involved? A new campus publication will be making its first appearance fall of 2015. Happy, Strong, and Healthy magazine is inviting everyone to take part in the launch and development of their first issue. This mission is to empower and inspire all people to live a happier, healthier, and more fulfilling life. If you have a passion or are interested in learning about writing, advertising, photography, copy editing, and public relations, this student organization is for you. If you are not able to attend the informational meeting tonight, you can contact the editor-in-chief, Kaylee Meyer. And now we're joined with Logan Murata at the desk. For sports, what's happening?
Well, it's been a slow week in sports, Brittany, but I'll give you an update on Jamie Pollard, and I have some news on the softball team. Stay tuned, and you'll have more after the break.
Today.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Logan Murata, and here's your Cyclone Sports Report. Iowa State Athletic Director Jamie Pollard held a press conference today to announce he'd be returning to work next week. 6 weeks ago, Pollard suffered a heart attack while watching his daughter's track meet at UNI. Pollard said the timing was actually good because there were medics nearby at the meet, and only an hour earlier, he was driving. Pollard said he'll make an effort to limit stress on the job and eat healthier in the future. He also says that advice from head basketball coach Fred Hoiberg has been extremely helpful. The ISU softball team had a big-time win over the Drake Bulldogs yesterday that included a record-breaking performance. In the 7-2 routing, junior Brittany Gomez set the record for most runs in a career with 121. Her name is already plastered all over the record books, whether it's having the most stolen bases in a career, having one of the highest hitting percentages, or even having the most multi-hit games in a career. You'll find Brittany Gomez's name. The softball team took on Nebraska Omaha today, but if you want to catch Gomez and the Cyclones in action here in Ames, they'll be back next Wednesday to play Green Bay. The first pitch will be thrown at 1 p.m. Brittany Gomez wasn't the only one who made history recently. Iowa State as a whole did it by winning their second straight Cy-Hawk series. Since the series was coined in 2004, no school has won the series back-to-back until now. It came after Gomez and the softball team secured a 5-4 win in Iowa City. This was their first win against the Hawks in 12 years. And had they lost, the series actually would have ended in a tie. So despite being the away team in all but 2 events, Iowa State still picked up wins in soccer, football, volleyball, men's and women's cross country, and men's basketball. So as of now, all debates can be put to rest. It is indeed a Cyclone state. So with this being the last show of the semester, I want to close things out with a fun story. A story on myself. Since I started here at Iowa State University, it's been a goal to win one of the coveted intramural champion shirts. And on Sunday, I did just that. My dodgeball team and my dodgeball team, whose name I cannot say on air, went undefeated and won the A-League bracket. So shout out to you guys and shout out to everyone who tuned in to Newswatch this semester. It has been my pleasure doing sports. And that's all I have for your edition for Cyclone Sports. Do we expect weather to turn warmer this week?
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulations on your dodgeball team. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait for those warm temperatures until early next week. And we might even see some frost on the ground tomorrow morning. We'll give you the whole scoop coming up. And welcome back to the last show of the year. Let's take a look at what you can expect. Tonight, those winds will calm down. It's going to be getting cold tonight. We currently have a freeze warning out right now. The average last freeze warning is April 4th, so it's a little out of the ordinary that we're seeing this right now. And as we go into the weekend, we could be getting wet with a series of showers that are set to move through the area. Currently outside the studio, we're looking at 50 degrees with clear skies. Those winds are north-northwest at 14 miles an hour. And it's same for the state. It's bringing down that colder air from the north, and that's why we've seen temperatures in the 50s this week, a little under average for what we're used to. And current temp statewide, we're still trying to hang on to those 50s for parts of Des Moines, like 53 in Des Moines and 52 in Council Bluffs. But as we look to the north, we see those 40s, and those temperatures will drop rapidly with that lack of clouds out there. And that's going to allow us to cool down very quickly, maybe to even the upper 20s and lower 30s. And as we look down to the south, we're seeing some severe weather right now. You see these supercells start to pop up, and they are moving down to the right, and there's actually some tornado warnings currently out for some of these storms and severe thunderstorm warning as well. So parts down in Texas and Oklahoma, they're seeing some pretty nasty weather, but we are seeing the cold. The blue here is freeze warnings, and the darker blue here is frost advisory. So cold for a lot of parts of a lot of the Midwest, unfortunately, and that's because those clear skies will persist into tonight, and those clouds will begin to move in Thursday night, and we could see some rain and maybe even a rumble or two move in Thursday night and into Friday night. So as we look to the lows tonight, again, very cold, 30 here in Ames, 28 in Waterloo, and 28 in Mason City. But we will look to rebound pretty nicely for tomorrow. Highs in the 60s for Des Moines and 50s for a lot of the northern part of the state, so really not that bad. So tonight, 30 degrees in Ames. Cold, it'll be a colder night with light winds, northwest 5 to 10 miles an hour. And again for tomorrow, less wind, but it'll be a beautiful day, 58 degrees with 5 to 10 miles an hour wind. And as we look for the extended forecast, there's that chance of rain Saturday and into Sunday, but we do start to see upper 60s as we head into next week, so very nice.
This week's film is The Most Violent Year. The film was written and directed by J.C. Chander and stars Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain. This film takes place in New York City in 1981, which was statistically one of the most violent years in the city's history. Immigrant Abel Morales is a man who will stop at nothing to gain success, but wants to do things the right way. Morales is portrayed by Oscar Isaac, who has been in other films such as Drive. Jessica Chastain plays his wife, Anna Morales. The Moraleses have made their living through the sale of heating oil, but their business is under attack as drivers are being thrown from their vehicles and the precious and expensive oil is being sold to other buyers. Abel is torn on how to deal with these trying times, but is absolutely against arming his drivers for fear that it would lead to more trouble. On top of these business issues, Abel and his company are being investigated by the DA, who is determined to take his business down. The DA is represented by David Oyelowo, known recently for his role as Martin Luther King in Selma. He does a wonderful job considering his limited amount of screen time and is relatively likable even to the Moraleses in the midst of investigating their business. Oscar Isaac portrays Morales in a very entrancing, cool, calm, and collected manner. He rides the line between a clean and dirty businessman so well. His wife, Anna, is supportive but demands that Abel control the business and most of all control the threats to the family's safety. Chastain's performance is both authentic and compelling. She has been in control of the company's books and desperately tries to keep them out of trouble. While the film might be considered slow by some, it is littered with beautiful shots, gritty portrayals, and drama to spare. That being said, this is more of a critic's film and one that must be watched understanding that the pace is more deliberate, the action many desire is subdued. In essence, A Most Violent Year is the story of how far two men will go to get what they want and if they will listen to or neglect their moral compasses. If you enjoy wonderful acting and believable plot lines, you should see A Most Violent Year. If you can appreciate wonderful writing and gritty stories of crime and innocence, you should see A Most Violent Year. Lastly, if you can appreciate a new and rising star in Oscar Isaac, you should see A Most Violent Year. I'm Seth Hansen, and this has been Real Talk.
That's all for this edition of Newswatch.
Tune in next semester for more news and sports that matter to you.
From all of us at ISU TV, have a good night, Ames.